hated your master, the H.O.D.C. They scorned him. They laughed at him. They did everything they can do to make him feel grief because of this word. So we going through the same thing.
Shalom, shalom. The brother spoke well in the spirit. The brother spoke well in the spirit. Let me get Romans 13:11. So what the brother was bringing out, that you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Dominicans, Mexican, North American Indians, you are the children of Israel. The kingdom is for you. That's why all these things are going down. That's why you have all these riots happening. You have all the COVID. You have a lot of things hitting the earth right now. And it's all because of you. All right, brother, go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yeah, because right now, you brothers are walking around sleep. You're walking around sleep, you got demons on you, you're screaming out to the wind.
Yeah, selfish ass ego.
Read it again.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yeah, this word is hitting you hard, cutting you in your spirit. That's why you're going crazy. You know, it's high time you wake out of this deep sleep you in. You know, you're shopping on the Sabbath. There's a lot of things happening in the earth you don't have a clue about.
That's right.
Keep going.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
See, you don't believe that we have a king in the heavens that's going to come down and destroy this whole setup.
That's right.
And that's our salvation. So take that feminine spirit off of you and become men. And all these brothers out here, we're here for the truth. Keep going.
Verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Yeah, so it's time to cast off the works of darkness. Because that's when we're walking around in deep darkness.
That's right.
It's time for the light. And the light is this book. This book here, the Bible. That's your light and salvation. But you're busy thinking this book was wrote by your enemy. But this book was prophesied by your brothers. Read.
And let us put on the armor of light.
It's time to put on the armor of light, which is the law, statute, and commandments. Read.
Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in shuddering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, and make not provisions for the flesh.
Read that again, because we're not supposed to walk around rioting and acting wild in the earth. We're supposed to be in order. Read that part again.
Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting.
Not in what?
Not in rioting.
Not in what?
Not in rioting.
Yeah, so you simple behind Negroes not supposed to be out there rioting with Black Lives Matter. Because Black Lives Matter don't matter to Black lives. Black Lives Matter don't matter to Black lives.
That's right.
And drunkenness, not in chambering, and wantonness.
So guess what? We're not supposed to walk around high and drunk. So There's a lot of things in the earth right now that you brothers got to pay attention to. All right, let me get hold on, let me get Deuteronomy 10 and
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry.
12.
Didn't mean it, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's good.
Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Most High thy God require of thee?
So guess what? Something is required of you. Something is required of you. That's why you brothers are here listening. Go ahead, brother.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You're supposed to fear the Most High. But you're not fearing the Most High. You're doing your own will. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
You're supposed to walk in all his ways. How do you walk in the Most High ways? You keep the commandments. You keep all the commandments. Matter of fact, what's love? You talking about you love Jesus, or you love to be in the churches. What is love? Oh, you got it? Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
So, 1 John 1:6.
Yeah, so we're going to find out what is love. You walk around on the earth loving everybody but your brothers.
2 John 1:6. I got it.
Go ahead.
Well, book of 2 John chapter 1 verse 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. Right? This is a commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in
You
it.
have heard from what?
2 John 1 and 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is a commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning.
So these are the commandments you heard from the beginning. That you walk in the commandments. That's how you love the Most High. So, read what you got again, brother.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Most High thy God require of thee?
So what does the Most High require of you? The Most High is requiring something of you. You so-called Negroes, West Indian, Dominicans, read.
But to fear the Most High thy God.
You're supposed to fear the Most High. Let me get that in Proverbs. I believe that's 1 and 9. Yeah, Proverbs 1 and 9. But to fear the Most High is the beginning of all wisdom. So this is how you come back to the Most High. First, you have to fear him. And not be walking up and down the block shopping. Keeping the commandments. That's the love of the Most High. Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. So for all you knuckleheads that think you have knowledge and don't fear the Most High, your knowledge is nothing. Read.
But fools despise wisdom.
Read it again.
But fools despise wisdom.
Read it one more time.
But fools despise wisdom.
So you fools despise wisdom. You don't want the knowledge of the Most High.
That's right.
You want the knowledge of man. You think this white man's knowledge tops the Most High. But he got a super surprise for you. Read.
And instructions.
And instruction. And the order. So read. Bring it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 18. Salah, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
Read it again, because y'all don't understand that. The wisdom of this world is foolishness.
That's right.
Read.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
You take up the wise in their own craftiness. So the wisdom you think you have here is not going to top the wisdom of the Most High. Because when that day comes, this place will be destroyed. Regardless of anything you think or see in your mind. Go back to the other scripture, brother. Where you were before. So how do you love the Most High? We just covered that. By keeping the commandments. That's something that's missing in your brain right now. You got to keep the Most High commandments. Because guess what? This kingdom is for you. We are getting the kingdom next. But y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't want the kingdom. Y'all want to sit and walk around here like slaves. You don't want to be rulers. You don't want to rule this world. Because you're slave-minded. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul.
How do you serve the Most High with all your heart and your soul? That's your mind meditating on the Most High scriptures day in and day night. So that's how you love the Most High, by keeping the commandments and meditating on the commandments. Read. What? What do you mean? Oh, okay.
But the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Guess what? We're going to take the kingdom. And we're going to have the help from Hamashiach Yahweh. And he's going to come destroy this kingdom. Read.
And possess the kingdom.
And possess the kingdom. So when we get this kingdom, we're going to possess it. And take these other nations as slaves. But you simple Negroes do not want that.
That's right.
You want to walk around and shop and look simple all day wearing masks. You should see how simple you look. Read.
Forever, even forever and ever.
Yeah, forever and ever. But you don't want the kingdom like that. Matthew 10:5 and 6. So we out here to give the good news. This is what this whole thing is about. That the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And it's shortly going to come. So by the time you look around, this kingdom will be ours. Read.
Book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth.
So Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Christ, he sent forth his apostles. Read.
And commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
So we're not going to go to you other nations. We're only going to Israel. This word is only for the Israelites.
Right.
That's for all you Christians out there.
That's it.
Read.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Yeah, they were converts into the land, so we weren't going to them either. Read.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Now, why does Yahweh Shai call you lost sheep? Because you're lost. You don't have a clue of what's going on right now. That's why you're standing around looking simple, wearing masks. You are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Read.
And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So guess what? That is the gospel. What does gospel mean? Good news, good tidings. So we're here to bring you the good news that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Read it again.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's what you're out here doing. So you so-called Negroes, West Indian, Dominicans, North Americans, Indians, you are the so-called Israelites. You are the Israelites. You are the children of the Most High.
That's right.
All right, brother. Hold on. Let me get
Just keep talking. Let's keep talking.
So that's what we out here to do, to let you know that we are the children of Israel. And it's now time for you to wake up out of your deep sleep, out of your slumber. out of your slumber, out of your deep sleep, read.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 2 and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
So, the Most High sent us to you to learn His word. Read.
To a rebellious nation.
Now, the Most High described you to a T. You are a rebellious nation because we see right now that you refuse to listen. Because if you wasn't rebellious, it'd be a crowd so big over here that it'd be no room to walk.
That's right.
But you brothers walk around blind and don't know what's going on with your mask and your face covered and your nose covered, and you don't know what's going on the planet Earth. Read.
To a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me.
You rebelled against the Most High. You're a rebellious nation. That's why you're walking around shopping on the Sabbath. Read.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me.
So you and your forefathers have transgressed against the Most High. You're walking around up and down the block trying to shop, nothing open. And you come out with your mask thinking you're doing something, but you're not doing anything. Because if the corona so-called virus is going to get you, it's going to get you.
That's right.
Because the Most High is the one that does all the killing. Let me get Deuteronomy 32, what is it, 32, 39. Done, the Most High does this all. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
Wait a minute. The Most High is doing all this killing. The Most High killed Floyd, whatever. The Most High did all that killing. The child that got shot in the head. Or the people that's dying in Chicago. The Most High is doing it. The Most High does all the killing. And when there's a birth that's going to happen, the Most High does that too. On the opposite end of the spectrum. Read it again.
See now that I, even I am He, and there is no God with me.
There is no power besides the Most High. Read.
I kill and I make alive.
The Most High kills, the Most High make alive. So it ain't nothing your little mask can do but suffocate you. Read.
I wound and I heal.
The Most High wounds and He heals. So when something happened to you, you heal up, the Most High cured you. Because He is your Savior. Read.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Now, nothing could deliver out of the Most High hand. If it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go.
That's right.
Period. Read.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city?
Now, you know when you hear them amalams coming up and down the block? Read.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people shall not be afraid?
Aren't you afraid when you hear those sirens? Woo, 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 woo. You hear those sirens? Read.
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Should it be an evil in the city and the Most High have not done it? Give me Isaiah 45. And I made it. Right, so everything the Most High do, rather it's good or rather it's evil coming towards you. But you don't understand that because you don't love the Most High. You don't keep the commandments. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light, and I create darkness. I make peace, and I create evil.
Now who is that speaking? That's the Most High, Yahweh. He formed the light, created darkness, and created evil. So when you say, well, Satan's a liar, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, the white man is a liar. But you think it's somebody under the ground with a red suit on and a pitchfork. Because you're simple. Read. Read it again.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
So the Most High does all of this. Everything that's happening on the planet Earth, the Most High orchestrated. Rather it's the riots, rather it's the coronavirus, rather it's us coming out here to speak, the Most High is orchestrating everything. Read.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
The Most High does all these things. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, and I'll let the next brother speak up.